This is the Acropolis of Athens. For nearly 2,500 years, it has loomed over the Greek capital as the ultimate symbol of Western civilization. It was built to be the shimmering crown of a golden age, a home for the goddess Athena, and a massive geopolitical flex of Athenian power. It has survived Persian fire, Roman conquest, Ottoman gunpowder explosions, and centuries of industrial acid rain. Even Lord Elgin, hauling half the statues back to London, couldn't strip it of its soul. Someone 2,400 years ago hauled 100,000 tons of white marble up this limestone cliff. The Parthenon alone is made of over 13,000 massive stones, fitted together with such precision that you can't fit a human hair between the joints. It is a mathematical masterpiece where there isn't a single truly straight line in the entire building. To really understand how the Greeks pulled off this architectural miracle, we've modeled the entire site, and we are going to tackle the insane engineering of the Periclean building program. This is Pericles. He's the leader of Athens, the head of the wealthiest maritime empire in the Mediterranean, and he's just come into a massive pile of defense money from the Delian League. This was cash meant to build ships to fight Persians, but Pericles has other plans. He wants to turn Athens into a school for Hellas, a city so beautiful that it justifies its own dominance. The Athenians are still mourning the destruction of their old temples by the Persians decades earlier, and Pericles wants to lift the people up by drawing them into the most incredible construction project humanity has ever attempted. A project as grand and ambitious as the Acropolis can only be pulled off by a very wealthy and very organized nation, and Athens is just that. Thanks to their silver mines and their control of the sea, Pericles has all the money he needs to build something very, very extra. But money isn't everything. Pericles also needs the smartest architects to design a sanctuary that will set Athens apart for eternity. He taps the greatest artistic mind of the age, Phidias. Along with the architects Ictinus and Callicrates, Phidias doesn't just want a temple, he wants a revolution. He envisions a complex that includes the Propylaea, the massive gateway, the Erechtheion with its famous porch of the maidens, and the crown jewel, the Parthenon. It will be built almost entirely of Pentelic marble, the first time a temple of this scale is made of nothing but the good stuff from top to bottom. Hue-level genius is required here because the design for the Parthenon won't just follow traditional Doric rules, it will surpass them in every way, incorporating subtle curves and hidden math that make the heavy stone look like it's breathing. Phidias doesn't have time to waste. The Acropolis needs to be completed while Pericles is still in power to justify the massive expense. He calculates that the Parthenon alone will require thousands of master stonemasons, carpenters, and goldsmiths. But how exactly did they do it? The debate has been raging for hundreds of years. How do you move 100,000 tons of marble from a mountain 11 miles away? Imagine you and your crew have to move a block as heavy as an SUV. The Greeks didn't have trucks or engines. First, they went to Mount Pentelicus. They used iron wedges soaked in water. When the wood expanded, the marble cracked in clean, predictable lines. To get the blocks down the mountain, they used a slipway, a paved road where massive wooden sleds were lowered using a system of pulleys and ropes wrapped around heavy bollards to act as brakes. Once the marble reached the base of the Acropolis, they faced a 150-meter vertical climb up a steep limestone cliff. The simplest way is to just drag it up a ramp, and archaeological evidence suggests the Greeks used massive earthen ramps and zigzagging paths. But for the heavy lifting, they used something more advanced, the crane. The Greeks were the masters of the pulley. They built massive wooden frames with multiple pulleys that allowed a small team of men to lift stones weighing several tons. You can still see the U-shaped grooves and Lewis holes in the stones today. These were the attachment points for the crane's claws. However, moving the stone is only half the battle. The real mystery is the precision. If you look at the Parthenon, it looks perfectly straight. But in reality, there isn't a single straight line in the entire building. The Greeks discovered that if you build long, straight lines, the human eye perceives them as sagging. To fix this, they used entasis. Every column has a slight belly or bulge in the middle, so it looks straight from a distance. The entire floor, the stylobate, is actually a shallow dome, curving upward toward the center by about 10 centimeters on the long sides. Even the columns lean slightly inward. If you extended them into the sky, they would meet at a point 1.5 miles up. This level of purposeful imperfection required math so complex that each of the 70,000 pieces of the Parthenon is unique. You couldn't just swap one column drum for another. They only fit in their specific, mathematically designated spot.